Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're safe and healthy. My name is Liana Shatova, and I'm VP of Strategy of Assure Techmatics. Welcome to our webinar. We're proud and excited today to announce our new feature that we recently launched. It's new dashboard. Before we proceed, I would like to ask you to answer the poll, which I'm about to send. And are you able to see and hear us well? Please answer.
Hey, Diana, I also want to make sure that you guys are able to listen to me as well.
Okay, well, I see that the majority of the respondents can hear and see as well. Thank you for the submitted answers, and the agenda of today's webinar includes the following features of the new dashboard. They are in-transit shipments, ELD compliance, days of unassigned driving, violations, and at the end we will hold a short Q&A session. Now, I would like to give the word to the President of Assure Techmatics, David Seho, who will demonstrate the new dashboard. Thank you.
Thank you, Liana. Thank you for joining. Let me just switch really quick to, okay, good. So I think about couple of months ago, we had a webinar. We announced a new dashboard. Basically, we wanted to add different ELD metrics for the fleet manager and the dispatcher to be able to kind of have an idea on how the business is running, at least, you know, using the ELD data that we can provide, right? We make a few changes on the portal. So the first tab up here, it used to say drivers, which I think manage is a lot better, because you know you can, that's where the carrier can add the DOT number, add drivers, home bases, and all that. So that was one change, just a name change, but I think it makes more sense. Then on the dashboard on the left, the menu is a drop down where now we have a compliance, ELD compliance dashboard, and then we have the hours of service dashboard. Okay, that is the old one. It's basically all the drivers with all the counters and the color codes to let the dispatchers and fleet managers know if any driver is getting close to any possible violation. So now that dashboard is a sub menu, and then we have the new dashboard. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the dashboard. There is something else that I want to do here, because I think it's important when we talk to carriers that we provide them with the tools to run their business more efficiently, to increase their compliance score. So it's going to be a combination of the new dashboard, which is a summary. It's a lot of valuable information, but then I have another tab here where we're going to talk about notifications. Okay, and I think the whole idea here is you have one page where you can look at how your fleet is running. Of course, you want all these numbers to be perfect. Now, how do they get there? And I think it has to go hand to hand. Is training them, letting them know how they can create notifications to improve the dashboard. Okay, so I'm gonna go real quick. This is kind of is real data, is a real customer. First one here, top left, in transit loads. For a dispatcher, this is something that has to make sense. So if I look at this company, if I'm a dispatcher, I know there is something wrong. Unless I know we're not in business, if we have no loads in transit, that is wrong, and it has a big impact. They don't understand, or maybe they don't know that. But supporting documents, things like the shipment number, commodity, right? That is part of the ELD mandate. Any even the PDF file or the ELD data file that is exported to FMCSA must have shipment information. So just by landing on the dashboard and looking at that zero on shipment, I can see that they're not doing their job, right? Plus all the good stuff about shipment sync, how they can share shipments with warehouse, have drivers being notified if they're getting close to the warehouse, safety parking around the warehouse, and all that. So I can see, looking at the dashboard, that this customer, there is a lot of opportunity for them to make things better. Okay, so we don't want that zero right there. Okay, I think that is important. Let's go to a second one. ELD compliance, 71%. To be honest, it doesn't look like that bad. I think it's a little bit above average. We want to get that to 100%, right? So what does that mean, ELD compliance? So it's basically looking at ELD malfunctions, and that means connecting and remaining connected to an ECN device, reading engine data, having location available. So basically, when they export the ELD data file, FMCSA is going to be looking for ELD malfunctions, and they don't want that to happen, right? So this is a real quick, super fast for them to know how good they're doing. We want that number to be 100%. Is it possible? Well, it could be hard, but that's why we have notifications. So they know, they click here on actions all the way to the right, notifications, and they can create a new notification, right? There's one called ELD malfunction. Then they input that email, dispatcher, fleet manager, whoever, right? And then they can select for any other asset, all their vehicles. They can pick all of them, some of them, whatever. So basically, working together, landing on the last dashboard, looking at the ELD compliance. Is it getting too low? Why is it happening? Okay, good. So let me, run a notification for a month and see if we can improve that, right? So that is a great tool for them to get better. Okay. This one, 22 unassigned driving, that could become a problem. 22, this is a carrier with a good amount of drivers. I honestly think 22 is not bad. It looks good to me over the last 30 days. If anything, they would need to know, I have to go back and make sure that we as a carrier assign the 22 unidentified driving events to the proper driver. Again, we want to get that number to zero. How we do that? It's the same thing. There is a notification for unidentified driving. Enter the email, whoever is responsible for that. You can even do like if you have driver's email, whatever, you can create one unidentified driving event per asset and you can send it directly to the driver. It's a reminder, you know, you're not doing it right. So we want to bring that number as close to zero as possible. Okay, the 14 over here, very important. 14 violations in the last 30 days. Same thing with notification, please. It's a great help. There is an HOS violation notification. They work hand to hand. Okay, they need to know and take corrective actions. Okay, now if they want to look into more details about hours of service violations, and we have a 6-month graph here where they can see the total number of violations and then the type of violations. So most people think driving violation is the most common violation. I think I agree, but for me, it's very interesting. This specific customer, you have a drop down here, and I was looking at it minutes ago, and I say, you know, let me remove all different type of violations. I'm just gonna leave that driving and total violations, and it was interesting to me that if you look at it, let's say September, there is just one driving violation out of a total of 12. So this is not the normal behavior, but it's a great tool because now I can go and say, okay, so I thought my drivers were probably driving more than they're supposed to, but it doesn't look that way. Well, at least November, yeah, it looks like. But what happened September and on October? I'm gonna go on click cycle violation. Not really. It wasn't cycle violation. In September, they have no cycle violation. By the way, the cycle is the 60 on duty on 7 days, or 70 on 8 days. Not taking the 34-hour restart. But they're doing. I think they're doing okay when cycle violations. So it's not that. It's not driving. Could it be on duty? Yeah, maybe, but not really. Let me take a look at brake violations. And now you can see in September, it wasn't really about driving more than the 11 hours. So I really don't know the rules that they're working under, but I think it gives you a great idea of what drivers are doing, right? So in this case, it's more about not taking the 30 minutes break, not taking either the 8 hours on sleeper bird, the 10 hours to restart the day. But the hours of civic compliance graph is I think is a great tool. You can see that. Okay, you can learn a lot about the driver's behavior and what is it they're not complying with. I think that is very important. Okay. And again, we looked at the notifications. So we have HOS violation. That's and the notification will let dispatchers and fleet managers know if it's a 30 minutes break, 10 hours, or driving on duty. So they know that they're getting that. But looking at the graph, I think is a great tool. Then the last piece of data that we added to a dashboard, which I think is also a complement of, for a carrier to know if they're compliant or not, is a vehicle inspection. Okay, so this is all the vehicle inspection reports for the last 30 days. So you can see each days how many we have. But I think the most important part is the one here at the bottom. Okay, so we separated the total number of vehicle inspections into compliant, which means there were not issues found either on the tractor or the trailer. No defects, nothing. Okay, but then you have two other indicators that it's telling you if they were defects that were solved or still pending. And I think that is very important, right? If you had that on your screen all day, you know what's going on, okay? And now let's take a look back at the notifications. You're gonna see there is a DVIR non-compliance notification. It's basically the same thing. Every single time that a driver finishes a vehicle inspection report, it gets uploaded to a server. If they found issues, either trailer or tractor, doesn't matter if they fix the issues or not. It doesn't matter. We need to know that something is going on and needs to be taken care of. Just, set up a DVIR non-compliance notification. You can actually create more than one and send one to the dispatcher. But if you work with a mechanic, if you have in-house mechanics, you just put their email, and they, on a daily basis, they could get ready. They know tractor 1, 2, 3 has an issue with the brakes, air pressure, whatever. Okay, so they get that email, they get ready as soon as the asset is back. They can take care of it. Okay, so I think that is a great help. That's it for now. I think it's a short webinar. We just wanted to show you the dashboard. We believe that is important for you to send this info out to your customers. Dashboard and notifications, make them work together. Definitely, it will help them increase their compliance, get better. Okay, that's it. That's it on my side, Liana.
Thank you, David. So before we proceed with Q&A session, I would like to also send a couple of polls. So I'm about to send the rating poll. Please submit the answers. Okay, perfect. I can see the answers coming in. And also, thank you for that. And also the second, poll, the third poll actually today, feel free to provide the feedback about what you just saw and what David was talking about. Okay, awesome. Thank you very, very much. We see the results coming in. Okay, fantastic. Now we have around 13 minutes for a Q&A session, and David will answer those questions. Thank you. So there are some questions in the Q&A session. David, can you see them? So the first question was by Maria Clara. Is the DVIR mandatory by regulation? Some still do it in the paper. David, you're muted. Can you please unmute yourself? Sorry.
Okay. What about now? It's okay, Liana? Can you hear me? Good? Okay.
Yes.
Well, there are kind of like two questions. I think they're mandatory. Do they have to do it electronically? I don't think so. They can do it on paper. As far as I know, there is not a mandatory electronic vehicle inspection, right? But I think it's a great tool to have it, electronically. It's a lot of things you can do when you have it, electronically. You can share it, you can record it. The company can record it for forever and ever. But I think that is kind of like the answer, right? It is mandatory. Depends on, of course, the rule set that they're working under. Can do it in paper? Yeah, they can. Okay.
Thank you. Then the next question is from Gord. I saw your video that you're offering StreamX C6Z cameras. Can you please explain this offering? Also, is this video available so that we can brand it? So there are two questions from Gord.
Yeah, well, we're recording it. When it comes to branding it, yeah, we usually can separate the audio as a separate file. That will probably give you some room, to probably record the screen with your own logo and all that. But yeah, we will make it available. We're definitely recording the video and we can share it. Okay.
And the first question, I believe, was about C6Z cameras by StreamX, but I don't think that this is related to the new dashboard. So, Gord, if you have, a question, you can reach out to me or to the team. So Andy's asking, can the in-transit shipment be hidden from the dashboard if a customer does not want to use routing in the system?
I don't think that in-transit shipments is necessarily related to routing. It doesn't matter if they use routing on the system or not. I think what is important is part of the ELD compliance, both the PDF file and the ELD data file that is exported to FMCSA, they both must have shipping information. They need the shipping number, commodity, things like that. So that's why we put it there. It's not related to routing. I mean, even if they don't have tracking, the driver needs to input the shipment information. It is a must when it comes to exporting the ELD data.
Okay, thank you. Sebastian's asking, DVIR notification, would it be possible to include the PDF or the description of the malfunction in the notification email, or is there a link in between the dashboard widget and report?
Yeah, well, the DVR notification, the email that they receive has two links inside the email body. One says, I don't know this. I think I'm 99% sure is preview and download. Okay, that is basically the PDF that got generated by the ELD app, right? Preview, it will open a browser, open the PDF on the browser. Download, it will download the PDF to the computer. Okay, but the links are already on the email, on the notification.
Okay, thank you. John's asking, any plans on just offering a DVIR for customers who want these features but who don't want an ELD, who don't need ELD? Sorry.
Yeah, talk to us. We have DVIR. Usually from the beginning, back in 2016, we had two complete separate apps, DVIR, ELD. I guess by popular demand, whatever the phrase is, we merged those two. We put it in one app. But recently, I'm gonna say at least this year, 2020, there have been some requests to have DVIR on a separate app. We have it. It just rebranding it, right? Doing the white label, and it is actually a lot better than the original DVIR app. We are reusing the ELD app code, so it looks a lot similar, better, but it's a separate app. But we do have it. We just let us know, and we will do a white label.
Okay, thank you. Marcus is asking, could you, not sure what he means, could you empower this section about satisfy the need of customer, like upload shipping documents?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand empower and.
Marcus, can you please, just send us like a clarification? What do you mean by empower this section? Thank you.
I don't know if
The
it's related to John's question, but let's go with John's question about the shipment functionality, I think. And maybe that also covers Marco's question. Right? That is the next question, right?
Okay. Well, Marcus, please clarify. John's asking, can you show and explain how to use the shipments functionality?
Yeah. So shipment is usually created here on the portal. You go all the way down to shipments. Okay. You create a new shipment. So that gets pushed down to the driver app, or the driver can create the shipment on his own, right? So you can do it at the app level, you can do it on the portal, they get synchronized, whatever. So now you have the shipment. When the driver creates a shipment, or dispatch, whoever in the back office creates a shipment, it puts the estimated pickup time. That is when they're gonna go to the pickup warehouse. When is it that they think that they're going to deliver that load? So it will be a day and a time. This is when they enter shipper name, the shipment number, commodity, right? That is important. Those three fields needs to go on the PDF and ELD data file when it gets exported. So that has to be somewhere, either the portal of the driver, someone has to do it. So having 0 in transit shipment on the dashboard, that's bad. Okay. So it gets created. Now there is a section down here, and this section, pick up delivery, same idea. It could be done by someone in the office, or the driver can do it. Okay, so what happens? Let's say I'm the dispatch, and my driver is saying that he's picking up today at 1 p.m. and he's going he's going to deliver on Friday at 7 p.m. somewhere in California. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put here pick up warehouse email. Okay, and I'm gonna put here, this is a different email, so I'm gonna send this shipment information to 2 different organizations. One is where the driver is picking up the load. The other one would be personnel on where is it that we're delivering that load. So we put it there, delivery warehouse. Okay, as soon as we save this, a driver gets a notification on the ELD app, and both organizations also get an email with a link to a page. It's a very generic page. That page has 2 panes, 2 areas. The left side is information about the driver, meaning shipment document, maybe commodity, what is it that he is picking up, right? Or delivering to my warehouse. Remember, both warehouses are receiving this email if you want to. Okay, you could do pickup or you can do delivery warehouse only, but you can do both. So on the left side, they're going to see, okay, so he is in, I don't know, Dallas, Texas right now, off duty. But he's telling me that he's supposed to be here on Friday, 7 p.m. Okay. So on that page, they have kind of like a similar thing here where it says bay assignment. That warehouse can say, okay, I don't like that. So instead of doing it on Friday, let's do it on Saturday, I don't know, 6 in the morning. Okay, and you're gonna go straight to bay 15, I recommend you to park behind Flying J at exit, I don't know, 134, whatever. And then you can also say call Johnny at whatever the number is. And this is a warehouse, right? They do the same thing on that page. They save. As soon as they save that information, both the dispatcher, whoever is on the carrier side is looking at the shipment, they're gonna get an email, and then the driver is gonna get a notification on the Android or iOS on top. They can slide down, tap on it, and that will take the driver straight to the shipment information inside the ELD app. And they're gonna be able to see the same thing, bay assignment 15, where to park and all that. So that communication between drivers, brokers, maybe you can add a broker emails here, so they are always aware of what's happening. Receiving and warehouse, right? They are all connected from that moment on. If the driver now says, "Oh, okay, hold on, I'm not gonna be able to park there," and also, by the way, I cannot make it at 6. I wanna be there at 8:30. The driver does that on the app, on the ELD app. As soon as they save that shipment, again, the email will go to a delivery warehouse and it will go to the carrier. So it's a way to keep them connected. They don't even have to pick up the phone, make a phone call, nothing. It's just, it's 100% electronically, but it let the warehouse, broker, carriers, and drivers who remain connected. They can exchange that information, and they're going to be a lot more productive and more efficient. Okay. That's it. There is a question dashboard in Spanish. It is. So right now it's in English, Spanish, and French. I don't know if I can change it here. If you give me a second. Or if you're using a tracking platform, a third-party platform where we have integration, if we already capture language in that integration, if it's past or any way that we have already done it, it will be the same thing. So it is in English, Spanish, and French. Okay.
I think these are all the questions, and I see the recommendations. So I think feel free to reach out to us with any questions in regards to the new dashboard or to the white labeling. Thank you very much, everyone who joined today. And then again, we're here for you. Feel free to write us an email or give us a call. Thank you very much. I guess this is it. Have a great rest of your day.
Just real quick, just
Sure.
the end of the year, of a very difficult year, I just want to thank every single one for the help, for keeping us busy this year. I think we all needed it, and we came together. We were able to keep working, and we appreciate that. We're very happy, and again, thank you. Okay.
On this positive note, again, we would like to wish you to be safe and healthy, and let us know if you need any help from us. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.